Again, I'm Anita Huberman. I'm CEO of the Surrey Board of Trade. I'm also an honorary captain of the Royal Canadian Navy. And thank you so much for attending this afternoon's Networking at Noon, hosted by the Surrey Board of Trade and sponsored by the BC Family Hearing Resource Center. You're going to hear about our sponsor very shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here to make new business contacts. We're here to meet existing contacts that we already know. And the thing is, with these networking at noon events, if you don't see someone that you want to connect with, we all have a variety of connections within our own network that we hopefully can connect you with. So the accountability is on each of us to write down when you hear all of our introductions and who we want to connect with. We want to make sure that you're writing down notes, that you're putting your name and your company name and your contact information in the chat function. And we want to make sure that we're going to follow up with each other after the session is over. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that we're on the treaty territory of the Tsawwassen First Nations and the unceded territory of our Coast Salish peoples, specifically the Kwantlen, Katzie, and Semiahmoo First Nations. As a not-for-profit, the Surrey Board of Trade, we're one of the top 10 largest chambers of commerce boards of trades in the country. There's 450 of us that support business and bring business into the city, instigating change at the different levels of government, being your concierge of connections, and offering global business connections through our International Trade Center and offering a diversified service portfolio of business support services, programs, and events. During the pandemic, the Surrey Board of Trade has been one of 9 organizations as part of the Premier's Economic Recovery Task Force, identifying gaps and opportunities. We have the only rapid response pandemic business center within British Columbia, supported by the BC government. And we have a direct line into the Prime Minister's office to do the very same thing, to identify gaps and opportunities for the business community. We want to ensure that Surrey has the infrastructure investments that it needs. We're going to be the largest city, ladies and gentlemen, they're saying now by 2030. And even during the pandemic, we've been growing by 1,200 to 1,400 people a month. And our organization, Surrey City Building Business Organization, matters. And it matters because we also, during the pandemic, even in the digital space, need to connect with each other. And we wouldn't have the strength of our organization without our members and the value that our members bring to the organization and, of course, to our business community. And I'd like to thank our sponsor this afternoon. Thank you so much to BC Family Hearing Resource Society for your support to the Surrey Board of Trade. And to tell you a little bit more about BC Family Hearing Resource Society is Lisa Cable. She's the development coordinator of the center. And just a reminder that the BC Family Hearing Resource Society is the largest not-for-profit organization in BC serving children who are deaf and hard of hearing, aged birth to school entry. They do amazing work. Lisa, over to you.
Thank you so much, Anita. I'm going to assume that everybody can hear me. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. We're really excited to be a part of this event. As Anita said, and sorry, I got to get my slides going here. I'll give you a bit of a brief introduction to who we are. We work with children from the time they're born till age 5 when they go to kindergarten with any kind of permanent hearing loss. We serve children all over the province of British Columbia, all 4 corners and everything in between, as well as the Yukon territories. We have been in Surrey for almost 40 years. Our current center is on the corner of 92nd and 152nd. And we also have smaller centers in Vancouver and in Victoria. I'm going to start today. I found the best way to share with you about what we do and who we are is to share a little story about one of our past clients. So I would like to introduce you to Lily. Lily arrived at our center when she was 4 months old with bilateral moderate hearing loss. Bilateral meaning both of her ears, moderate meaning she used supernatural hearing and hearing aids to listen with. Like most of the families that come to us, for Lily's parents, she was the only deaf or hard of hearing person in their lives. And so they needed to learn how to navigate the world with a deaf or hard of hearing child and how to parent her if there was different ways to parent a deaf or hard of hearing child. So as a child, as an infant, and as a toddler, Lily received intervention services at our Surrey Center. So that was one-on-one language and communication intervention with a speech language pathologist. She joined groups with her mother, learned some sign language, met with other families and children who also had hearing loss, and her parents attended parent workshops and networking opportunities. When Lily was about 2.5, hearing levels changed. So in one of her ears, she became profoundly deaf, no longer able to hear out of one of her ears. And in the other one, she had what was labeled a severe hearing loss. At that time, when she was 3, she went to BC Children's Hospital and received a cochlear implant in one ear. And these are some of the photos from her post-surgery, just after receiving her implant. Lily continued at the center, receiving those similar services while having her cochlear implant until she turned 5. Lily graduated and went off to kindergarten. When she graduated, at that point, it was her parents and her had learned how to be strong advocates for her, had learned what her needs were as a deaf or hard of hearing child, so that she was able to go to the same neighborhood school that her older hearing brother went to. This next slide is a picture of Lily and her mom, which is me. And so when I talk about Lily and when I talk about our center and I talk about children who are deaf and hard of hearing, it comes from a place of understanding as the parent of a deaf child. I also have loss. I have single-sided deafness, so I do not hear in one ear. So I live as an adult with hearing loss, and I have a child who is deaf. She is now 10 years old, and just like her older hearing brother, she's bright and articulate and successful and ready to take on any challenge that life brings to her. I can honestly say that the reason she is all of those things is because of the 5 years we spent at BC Family Hearing Resource Center. What that time did for us was allow us to learn, to grow, to meet other people, to be educated, to be informed, so that we can now navigate the world alongside her and she can learn to be her best advocate. This is the important work that is happening at BC Family Hearing Resource Center every single day. We serve every year over 400 kids that are just like Lily. And having done that for almost 40 years, that's a lot of kids. Some of those are adults now with their own families, and they are successful business people, university graduates. And so we're really to have this great community of people that have come through our center. I guess the next question would be for you as business owners and business people in Surrey, how does this apply to you? So I would like to give you our call to action today. There's 3 things I'm asking from you today. You can follow us on social media and our links are on the next page. I would ask you to take one more step when you follow us. If you could share a post and just say, we learned about this organization today, check out their website or check out their social media. One of the things we're trying to do is raise awareness about our organization, and this would be a big help. When allowed, which is hopefully sooner rather than later, we would invite you to come for a visit to any of our 3 centers, and we would like to find out more about your business, your customers, what you do, and how we can become better community partners. And finally, get in touch with us to find out how we can support your inclusion of deaf, hard of hearing individuals in your business or workplace, whether they be customers or clients or employees. We'd love to talk to you about those opportunities. So with 5 seconds left in my 5 minutes, I say thank you very much for being here today. Thank you for listening to us. Here's our social media links, our website, our email. These will be shared in a follow-up email to you after the event as well, if you don't have time to jot them down today. Again, thank you for your time. I know you're all very busy and we really appreciate you being with us today.
Thank you so much, Lisa. And ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to just underscore that we're recognized as a business organization, but our partnership with the not-for-profit sector, we have about 80 not-for-profits that are members of the Surrey Board of Trade. They're part of our city building design and fundamentals to ensure that we can all live, learn, work, and play in Surrey. So I encourage you to learn more about the work of the BC Family Hearing Resource Society. Thank you so much again for your support, Lisa. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get right to networking. I'm going to call on each of you. And when I call on you, I want you to state your name, your company name, what you do, and one industry that you want to connect with. And we're going to go through one cycle and then one more final cycle with a question that I have for you. So again, it's your name, company name, what you do, and which industry you want to connect with. And remember, we're all accountable to following up with each other to ensure that we get the connections that we need. And remember to put your contact information in the chat function of this technology. So ladies and gentlemen, let's begin networking. And we're going to start with Noreen and then go to Ria. Noreen, over to you.
Thank you, Anita. Hello, everyone. I'm Noreen Simmons, and I'm the Executive Director of the BC Family Hearing Resource Society. You just heard from Lisa, our Development Coordinator, who did a marvelous job of sharing her own personal story. It's nice to see all of you. And I do have our president here too, Dr. Charles Laszlo. You'll probably get to him in a few minutes. So since you heard a bit about us, what we're seeking and looking at is individuals who are really passionate about deafness and hard of hearing families and individuals. We would love to connect with them to see how they can share our stories, how they can get involved with our organization, how they can spread the good work that we're doing. And I'll pass it on, Anita, to somebody else.
Thank you so much. Ria, over to you.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. It's my first time to join a networking session like this, and it's my pleasure to be able to, to get an invite. Thank you so much. And it's, your sponsor. My son has a hearing defect also, and he's been a client of BC Hearing for a long time since he was grade 1. He's now 15, I think. Anyway, so I'm Reveille Bisesio. I'm working at Linus Manpower Services, and we are a recruitment and placement agency licensed in BC and in Edmonton. And we are trying to help, especially temporary foreign workers and those who are here in Canada, permanent residents and citizens who are looking for a job. Right now, right now we are focusing on, janitorial services, but later on we are aiming to get also employers for like a home care, a nanny, support worker, medical or health sector also. So yeah, so that's our plan, and it's nice again to connect with you guys and to meet all of you. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ria. Ramona, we'll go to you next, and then Lynn Reed.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm the BC representative for Sheraton Parkway Hotel and Convention Center, Toronto North. But seeing as we can't be traveling, I guess I can't make a sales pitch. I'm also the president of CARP, which is Canada's largest advocacy association for adults as we age. And I'm particularly interested in connecting with those of you who are the sandwich generation, and that is people who have children and aging parents. We not only advocate, but we also offer great benefits and discounts from our affinity partners. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramona. And I just wanted to add that during the pandemic, what's been so important with the work that Ramona's been doing is this resurgence of the longevity economy. So we have a workforce shortage, and making sure that those that are our seniors are productive part of our economy and participating in the economy. So definitely an important organization. Lynn and then Roger, over to you. Lynn, we can't hear you. You just need to unmute yourself.
I forgot to do that. That'll help. Hi, I'm the co-op coordinator at Pacific Link College. We have a campus located in Surrey and in Burnaby. Our students are international and can come from all parts of the world. So it's a pretty exciting opportunity. We have, we're looking for co-op placements. That's work experiences, paid work experiences, basically at minimum wage for students who have completed a business hospitality management course and a digital media studies course is the two ones I'm focusing on right now. So if you have a need for students, I have a list of students who are really looking for getting out there and gaining that work experience for themselves. I put my information in the chat, so no need to scramble, just go take a look at the chat.
Thank you. Roger and then Charles Laszlo.
Thanks, Anita. I'm Roger Steers. I'm managing principal with RJC Engineers. Until I changed my lighting, you can see the nice view looking north out of my office here at Gateway Station Tower in the Wally area. We've been positioned here with a branch office for about the last 5 years. We are an engineering firm with our roots in Vancouver dating back to 1948, doing mainly new construction, but also a lot of restoration and rehabilitation. Our purpose for being in the Surrey area is to be more geographically proximate to where our clients are. And in the virtual world, there's still a need to go out and actually be at buildings and to see where water is coming in and leaks are problems and things like that. So I'm looking to connect with anybody who has problems, which usually accounts for a lot of people. And also I'm a very well networked individual myself. So I often say, if you have a broken wax seal in your toilet, you're not sure how to deal with it, you can call me. I won't do it, but I may know somebody I can point you in the direction of. And that's what the point of coming to these fantastic networking events are.
And Roger is also Surrey's Business Person of the Year from last year, 2020, and the new chair of our youth team. So thank you so much, Roger. Charles, and then Raj Gill, over to you. Charles Laszlo, just unmute yourself, please.
Like, I'm muting, but I have a problem right now. My hearing aid just stopped working. I have to change the battery. But I will be back in a moment.
Okay.
You see, this is not untypical. This sort of thing happens to us all the time. It was a good example of sometimes the technology just stops working. Thank you very much for the opportunity to say a few words. As you gather, I'm hard of hearing. And I became involved with the BC Family Hearing Research Society because I understand how difficult it is for children who are born with hearing loss. Well, the important thing here is that here we are an organization which is local, but actually it is provincial because we provide services to the entire province, but it goes beyond that. What we do is well recognized nationally and internationally. So this organization, in a way, is carrying a Surrey flag. People learn about Surrey because of what we do. The location where we are is one of our signatures, as it were. So when we talk about our organization and look for local support, we want you to remember that through us, we become known. Surrey becomes known. And this can be significant. you probably realize that the location where we are and what people think of the place becomes very important. When we do business, people say, oh, you are located in an environment which is significant. And hearing loss generally is much more prevalent than people recognize. About 10–12% of the world's population suffers from functionally significant hearing loss. For children, developmentally is extremely important that they get the help that they need. And as you saw from the example, they become functional, perfectly capable, contributing adults. And that's what we do. When we are asking for local recognition, local help, it's not just we are looking for donations. Yes, we do that because we need the funding to continue operating. But we ask for you to recognize us, to spread the word of what we are doing, and most importantly, provide us with contacts, open the door for us through your business associates, through the things you do anyway. So please remember us. One last thing I want to tell you, pandemics and epidemics have a way of bringing out the best and the worst in people. I know because in my life, I lived through some epidemics over in Europe after the Second World War. And here we are in the middle of a pandemic, and I am immensely proud of our staff who performed extremely well, well beyond their obligations or employment. They just performed superbly. You have among your most exceptional people. They deserve your support and help, and we very much appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Charles. Raj, and then Brenda Richmond.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Raj Gill, and I'm the Customized Employment Specialist through Work BC, and I'm, I guess, the coordinator between, and my phone's going off. I should have turned that off. Sorry, I apologize. But I'm the coordinator for the South Surrey, Cloverdale, Delta, and Ladner offices. And really what I'm here to do is network with employers to help place some of my clients. Most of my clients are people living with disabilities. They're very capable individuals, and they're all searching for meaningful, sustainable employment. So I try to bridge that gap, and I try to network with the local business community to see if try to identify, opportunities for these individuals to engage into, like I said, meaningful employment. So not just a short-term job for like the summer or just 6 months or so. Most of my clients are looking to, commit to an employer for the long term, right? And what I do is I actually work with each individual very closely, and we do what's called a discovery report. So we go through these, basically every aspect of the client's life, from their personal to their medical history to their hobbies and interests. So we get to know them really well before we start talking to employers and placing them. So if any of you guys have positions, within your business, or if you guys are, interested in hiring inclusively, give me a shout. We can definitely make that happen. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Raj. Brenda, and then Mila McInnes. Brenda, we can't hear you. Brenda, we will get back to you. Mila, go ahead.
So I'm very pleased to be here. It's the first time I've been to the networking with Surrey Boards of Trade, so it's lovely. I don't have a lot to say because I work with Raj, and Raj just explained to you what we do and what we're about. So there's not a lot of sense me repeating what he said, but both of us are always enjoy talking to employers to see how we can find placements for our clients. And as he said, they're looking for meaningful employment, and they're very capable people in many sense. So most of them are looking for part-time, some of them are looking for full-time, but if you're open to hiring inclusively, please, by all means, get in touch with either Raj or myself, and we'd be more than willing to see how we can help you.
Thank you so much, Myla. Brenda, is your sound working? Well, Brenda is with Kwantlen Polytechnic University, and of course, just a staple and a foundation in our city, really promoting youth career, workplace, really entrepreneurship pathways, trades training, agri-tech focus, just an amazing partnership with the Surrey Board of Trade. Mark Taylor, over to you, and then Ashok.
Thanks, Anita. Happy networking session, everyone. My name is Mark Taylor. I'm president of Taser Technology, or a business technology consulting company, the full breadth of technology. But as of late, our focus has been primarily on the data security, cybersecurity side of things. It's certainly become a very hot topic and a very important item to all businesses and organizations. In fact, I just came off a 4-hour summit with London around cyber insurance and the coverages and how they're trying to deal with all of the challenges that are facing big, small, you name it, organizations. So like I said, it's a very important issue nowadays. If anybody has any technology questions whatsoever, please feel free to reach out to me and I'll do what I can. I may not be able to fix your toilet, but I may be able to fix your network. Yeah, if there's an industry that I'd like to kind of reach out to right now, it would be the insurance industry, because I'd love to get to know what they know about this topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Ashok, and then Patrick.
Good afternoon. My name is Ashok Jumani. My company's name is World Financial Group, and my office is located on 100 Avenue in King George. And I'm in a financial services business. I am looking for people who are interested in putting in part-time or full-time work. And if you know somebody who is on the lookout for part-time or full-time, get in touch with me. I have given my name and number and contact information in the chat. And I would be particularly interested in talking to Raj and Charles and see what way I can help. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Patrick, and then Elaine.
Thank you so much, Anita. Appreciate the opportunity. My name is Patrick Von Pander. I'm the general manager for the Astoris group of companies. We are a venture capital backed mergers and acquisitions firm that specializes in partnering with predominantly technology companies, small talented technology companies, and helping them grow quickly. And we do that by offloading much of the administrative workload that they have to take care of, like bookkeeping, accounting, finance, banking, legal, HR, technology, the CRM, ERP, and tech support that is provided for them, to really open them up. And one of the industry we're really interested in acquiring a great company with is cybersecurity. So Mark, I'd be interested in connecting with you and finding out who you might know in the cyberspace that might want to grow quickly. We're very interested in speaking with them and adding them to our family of technology-oriented companies.
Thank you, Patrick. Elaine, and then Brenda Falvik. Elaine.
Yes, my name is Alain Chevalier. I own BC Perks. What we do, well, everybody lives on their cell phones today. We teach companies how to take advantage of that for better communication, because right now we're faced with the new fact that 89% of people prefer getting text messages versus any other form of communication. Not only that, 98% of all messages are read. Again, the Surrey Board of Trade have noticed that, and everybody got an email from the Board of Trade about an hour ago today asking them to join their own business insider group to receive special notices by text. So of course, I urge everyone to join that. What I'd like to connect with right now is, since we just came up with a new system for realtors to use, if any realtors are interested in seeing a quick demonstration on that, because I'm looking to get feedback to make sure that we didn't miss anything when we created it. So that would be appreciated. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Brenda, and then Alex Plavak. Brenda.
I'm Brenda Falvik. I'm actually the treasurer for Young People's Opera Society of BC. We're new members of the Board of Trade, and we're kind of stretching out, trying to reorganize and look at how we manage from the board level differently. We currently are working with a number of mentors, and our focus is to train youth in singing, performing, kind of just understanding the whole kind of business of performance. And so we've been in Surrey for the last 14 years, and we're looking now to reach out, to make some new contacts, and really grow and figure out how to sustain ourselves and reach more people. And yeah, that's kind of about it. So
thank you, Brenda. We look forward to speaking with you with our Surrey Music City Center staff.
yes, Dolores Scott has been in touch with you quite a bit, and so I'm just representing us at the meeting today.
Thank you so much. Alex, and then Stephanie Cadu. Alex.
Thanks, Anita. Hi, everybody. My name is Alex Plavik. I work with TELUS Small Business. I'm your local account specialist working with small and medium business. I'm super excited to be here, super excited to be working with Surrey Board of Trade, and potentially, hopefully, with every one of you. Please feel free to reach out with me with anything you may need with regards to business solutions. We've got tons of great products, pure fiber internet, any mobility needs, essentially anything business related. Please feel free to reach out to me. We both also have some exclusive offers for Surrey Board of Trade members. So if you want to hear more, my information's in the chat, and feel free to pass that information along as well to any other businesses you think may benefit from it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Stephanie, and then Devinder Sethi.
Hi, Stephanie Cadu. I'm the MLA for Surrey South, and joining you today just to say hello and listen to how things are going for folks. And specifically to say hello to Lisa and Noreen. Love the group at the BC Family Hearing Center, so always like to support.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. Devinder, and then Norman.
Hello, everyone. My name is Devinder Sethi. I'm the Business Development Manager for Business Banking for CIBC. I represent the Surrey market, so very excited to meet all of you virtually. Ever since I've been a board member, we haven't been able to actually meet in person yet. So hopefully once things settle down, we'll be able to connect and actually get out and do what I do best, which is networking and getting to know folks and seeing how we can solve your business banking needs. So that's our ask this time around, is really we're looking for owner operators of business. So if you own your real estate for where your business is operated, we can certainly help you out with that. And we're always part of our medical professionals program as well. So my information is in the chat. You can reach out to me, devinder.sethi@cibc.com. Thanks again for your time. Thank you, Anita, for everything you're doing.
Thank you, Devinder. Norman, and then Amandeep Malik.
Good afternoon, Surrey Board of Trade people. It's nice to see some people that we haven't seen for such a long time. Hi, Anita. I represent Surrey Hearing Care. We have 4 clinics in the local area, 1 in North Delta and 3 in Surrey, Guildford, Fleetwood, and Surrey Central. And our main purpose is to help people hear properly again. So I myself do the industrial testing with WorkSafe, and we help out on that front. And then Maria and all our practitioners, we help with the public at large. We mainly focus on seniors. We've had quite some change over the last 12, 13 months with COVID happening, and we were able to pivot, and obviously things are going quite well. Actually, we only had 2 people to deliver batteries and make sure that everybody could hear properly. We've got some masks that people can read lips. It's transparent in front, so that's kind of neat. So if you go to our Guildford location, you can pick those up there. They're by donations. It's kind of interesting. A lot of people are coming on board to get their hearing tested because all of a sudden they can't read lips. So it's a new, a new awareness. I can't hear properly without getting all of my senses working. And another individual that helped us a lot in this on the Board of Trade is Nate Toves with his program, who's helping us out. So please get in touch with Nate and we can work together. We've noticed that a lot of the people, it's the children's and then their parents. So they connect to us and then we will eventually notice there's a lot more need for hearing tests. We also do home visits with a lot of the care homes in the area. As soon as it was lifted, we get dressed up in PPEs, and it's some challenges have happened, but we've been able to maintain continuously. So give us a call. I'll put some information in the chat box if there's anything people would like to have. We're quite busy. And we're out there. So that's fantastic. Thanks, Anita, for your time.
Thank you so much. Amandeep, you're next.
Hi, Anita. How are you? Hope everybody's doing fine. Thanks, Norman. I work with Farm Credit Canada. Funny, I'm also a volunteer at SBOT, and I've been a volunteer since last 3 years. Farm Credit Canada, as the name says, we are a sister concern, just like BDC and EDC of the government. So it's a federally owned corporation. We lend we are the only 100% dedicated lender to agriculture and agribusinesses. So in short, we lend money and provide other services to agribusinesses who provide input or add value to Canadian agriculture. If your business is looking to grow or expand, we'll be more than happy to touch base, help you guys with any business planning, or in general, if you guys have any questions about, or anybody have questions about getting into food manufacturing, processing, logistic of food in Canada, also packaging and other chemicals that go into agriculture, or anything of that sort, either be brewery, winery, distillery, bakery, coffee roasting. So we can come and support any business that is directly or indirectly supporting Canadian agriculture. And I'm very excited to be here. Every time I'm on an SBOT trade event as a volunteer, it's a different feeling, but as a representative of a company, is definitely a different feeling. So feel free to reach out to me, guys. I can be found on LinkedIn, or my information is in the chat as well. Thank you, Anita.
Thank you. And Maria Greaves, I see that you joined us as well. Would you like to say a few words? We can't hear you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Anita.
Hi.
Yes, so hi. So I'm from Surrey Hearing Care. I'm the CEO of Surrey Hearing Care, and my colleague Norman Carrier already speak about our clinic. Yes, so we've been in Surrey for 12 years, and they were serving all the Lower Mainland and everywhere we go to do a home visit. We do have a mobile van as well where we can go to every areas where we can have a test. And we do also a lot of outreach testing. So we've been involved with Surrey Board of Trade for the longest time too. And with the BC Early Hearing, I know we went to your place before, but I just want to get connected since we're almost like the same, although we don't really treat children. We treat mostly elderly, but I know some people are inquiring about hearing aid for older people. So feel free to send us all your clients, and to all Surrey board member, we're offering free hearing tests to everybody. So just book your appointment, and we'll surely provide you the service for free.
Thank you so much, Maria.
You're welcome.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, on the second round of our networking, the question that I always ask is, because when we're networking and connecting with each other in person, we're also learning about each other and learning from one another. So can you tell us very, very briefly, as I go through each of you, one opportunity or one challenge that you have faced during the pandemic. And if you faced a challenge, how you've overcome it. So let's begin with Noreen and then Lisa.
Thank you, Anita. I can't talk of too many challenges like Charles just mentioned. Providing services online, we saw as one of our biggest obstructions. However, since we've been providing telehealth and telepractice services prior to COVID, we were able to go completely 100% online for all our families and children. And we also serve community service providers outside of the Lower Mainland across BC within a couple of weeks. So anyone want to know how we provide online services to babies and children, contact us. And one of our challenges is we are looking for people to really understand how we serve and get involved as corporate donors. And if you're interested in knowing more how you can get involved and help us, because we don't charge for our services, we're a nonprofit. We don't charge for our services at all. We do receive government funding, but that's not enough. And so if you'd like to be involved and like to know how you could contribute, please contact either Lisa or myself, and we'll be happy to provide further information. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Lisa.
Yeah, hi. Noreen's covered a lot of it. I would say, yes, one of the biggest challenges, as I'm sure with everybody, is just remaining connected with our donors, with our alumni, with our volunteers who couldn't any longer come into the organization. And also being sensitive to the fact that, wanting to reach out to them maybe online or through email or other methods, but also being sensitive to the fact that people are going through a lot in this pandemic and also have their own things going on. And so navigating all of that has been a bit tricky. Maintaining our government relations has been interesting because a lot of the focus in government really shifted to dealing with the pandemic and the fallout of that. And so sometimes if we're not a priority in that area, then people don't necessarily have as much time to spend with you as they would have before. And so we just continue trying to be creative, and I'd love to hear from other members in terms of like what you're doing to maintain those contacts and maintain those relationships.
Ria and then Ramona.
So okay, I think what will I say is like an opportunity and a challenge as well, because I'm gonna tell you we have an applicants, like there's 7 of them who just arrived in Canada. They're all temporary foreign worker. Unfortunately, in order for them to come here, they need to pay a lot of money in an agency in Canada, which is not allowed. Because they're not supposed to pay. So the challenging part is finding an employer for them, can sponsor them, and the opportunity there is enable us to help them and to connect with them to other non-profit agencies so that they know what they can the services that they can have, because I used to work in a nonprofit. So that's the opportunity and challenges with when I started working in manpower services. So yeah.
Absolutely. Ramona and then Lynn.
Yes, the biggest challenge, of course, as it is for everybody else, is not being able to meet in person, because we used to put on an awful lot of in-person events and we'd get up to 220 people attending, and it was always a great deal of fun. So we're doing a lot online now. CARP is presenting different things online. We just had one this morning about aging in place. We had one a few weeks back about vaccines, not only COVID, but pneumococcal and shingles vaccines and the flu vaccines. So those were good. So online, social media, telephone, of course. We have a great event coming up tomorrow. It's Armchair Traveler, and it's a trip across Canada. So that's going to be fun. And we're doing that through the Semi-Amo Seniors Planning Table. But of course, we can hardly wait to get back to the real world and meet in person, as I'm sure everybody else is looking forward to that as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramona. Lynn and then Roger.
The biggest challenge, well, one, Pacific Link College is a new college and our students are international, and some are better at speaking English than others. But one of the things, the hardest part was, this one I have not actually overcome, is finding placements for digital media study students, and listening to many of the people you're talking might benefit from a student placement in the digital. Basically, they're in the sales and marketing, not easy to do, and they would be at, they all have undergraduate degrees and a 2-year diploma in sales and marketing, really necessary at this time. And if any of you are interested in hosting a student, even if you can't afford to pay them, I might even be able to encourage a student to take a wage waiver to get them out in the workforce. So many of them want to stay here in Canada. I encourage you to get hold of me. My name's Lynn Reed, Pacific Link College, and my name and information is in the chat. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Roger and then Raj.
It's careful putting those two names together quickly. We'll get confused with each other. I guess to Lisa's question, what are we doing to maintain clients, contacts, and relationships? And it kind of ties into, I think, what we're seeing as a next stage of challenge right now. It's unusual when everybody in the world is going through something together at the same time. We haven't seen, many of us in our lives haven't seen that. Whether it's world wars or pandemics or otherwise. And so the ability to pick up the phone and just call somebody and see how they're doing is impeccable, and something that we've certainly found to be very, very successful to reintroduce that level of personal touch, and just reach out. Everybody wants to share. But I think what we're finding in the challenges is we're kind of into this current phase is 6 months ago, 8 months ago, 10 months ago, this was all still pretty new. It's old now. It's getting old. And I think everybody's starting to feel it's old. Everybody's in different places as to how they feel about it, different perspectives on what they should or shouldn't be, or how they should or shouldn't be behaving. And that's starting to create a bit of dissension amongst people as to how they relate and what's their next step and how do they deal with clients and all those kinds of things. And we don't have a solution for that. We have to kind of ride the wave and see how things play out and help people stay focused. But it's that next sense of where people are tired, they're ready to move on to something else, but not everybody's quite on the same page as to what that looks like.
Raj and then Charles and then Mila. And we just need to be very quick, everyone, because we have 11 minutes left.
Sure, I'll make this super quick. I mean, I think the challenges that I'm going to probably mention are something that everyone here's experiences with layoffs. With my clientele, most of them work part-time, and they were probably the first ones to be laid off when this pandemic started. And a lot of that affected the mental health of a lot of my clients. So what did we do? I mean, to make it quick, the solution was, well, let's keep on taking steps forward. So we started development training, trying to advance in areas that were weaknesses and trying to address those things, and try to come back bigger and stronger. And I'll leave it there because I know we're short on time. So thanks.
Thank you so much, Raj. Charles. Just need to unmute yourself.
Yes, I am here. All I want to say that it's just an amazing group of people you are. And I sense so much interest on what we are doing. And when you ask, what can you do? What can you help? And my answer is, it's you. If you are considering sharing your expertise and sharing your knowledge with us, please consider joining our board perhaps, or we have numerous committees. You could help. We are looking for your input. We are looking for you. So please consider and contact us. We would welcome you. Thank you.
Thank you. Mila and then Mark. Mila.
There we go. Got it off mute. Thank you. I think that, I'm going to echo what everybody has said, but I think the communication and trying to connect with people has been the biggest challenge. But I think the positive part of it is that the challenges has offered us opportunities of being more creative and being more open-minded to try new things and see how they work with our clients. And to me, that's become a positive for us. And I think some of these things we will be taking forward as we move forward. But yeah, for our client group, many of them are still looking for employment. So because they were the first to be laid off, but hopefully we can stay creative and we'll find new placements for them as time comes forward.
Absolutely. Mark and then Ashok.
Yeah, I would say, ironically, the challenges and the opportunities for me are kind of one and the same. Certainly lots of opportunities have been created through the need for secure remote access and data security and all those types of things, because when everyone had to pivot at the beginning of this, everyone started to work remotely, and hence the challenges. But for me personally, I'm used to rooms full of whiteboards, and I know there's a virtual whiteboard that you can use. It just doesn't work for me. And I miss in an office room, boardroom, doing stuff on the whiteboards with a whole team of people. And I'm just not nearly as effective as trying to do it online. So those have been my challenges and opportunities.
Thank you, Mark. Ashok and then Patrick.
Why are we always talking about challenges? When we are talking about challenges, we are telling our subconscious mind that I'm looking for challenges, and our subconscious mind is a very, very powerful transmitter and receiver. It is transmitting the signals, challenges, and we are receiving all challenges. Stop talking about challenges and only say, I am going to find solutions, and you will find solutions. So stop. I have never faced any kind of problem in my life because I always look for solutions. Be positive. Tell your subconscious mind there is a solution and you will find a solution. So stop thinking and talking about challenges. Thank you.
Great advice. Thank you. Patrick and then Brenda.
I'm sorry, Ashok. I'm not going to stop talking about challenges because it's one side of a two-sided coin, and the other side of the coin is opportunity. Within every challenge, there's an opposite opportunity involved. So I'm looking for challenges so that I can see the opportunity and help someone overcome that challenge. Personally, my challenge this past year and a half, well, Anita, you know how much I networked at live mix and mingle networking events. It was really hard getting my quota of handshakes and hugs that way. So I'm grateful for my wife and my family that I could take care of my quota that way. Professionally, I think it was an opportunity to be able to trade windshield time for a more face-to-face time, even if it was virtual like it is right now. And our group of companies, being well situated in technology, we were unexpected, unintended beneficiaries of that. And our companies grew a lot during that time, helping a lot of businesses with their challenges, given the new reality. And I just want to reach out quickly to Lynn. We have a 25-person digital marketing agency that continues to grow. And this time last year, we were about half of that size. And so we're continuing to grow there. And if you've got students that are high caliber, let's connect. And I'm interested in speaking with you about that.
Awesome. That's great. Brenda and then Elaine. We have 5 more minutes, everyone, so keep it succinct.
Biggest challenge for us, of course, with singing was in-person rehearsals. We've turned to Zoom and Clean Feed, and in a positive, it allowed for a lot of one-on-one work, which we weren't able to do in a group scenario. So in a lot of ways, our members have blossomed under this pandemic, but we are still looking forward to being able to get together. We've done a lot more stuff electronically, so we're just learning, but it has put more pressure on certain people. So again, the networking and connections that we're trying to make now to come out of it, we're just really looking forward to it. Thank you.
Elaine and then Alex.
Yes, to start with, when I grew up, I want to be just like Ashok. Now, apart from that, it's been, no question, it's been tough. I deal a lot with the service industry, restaurants, pubs, also retail. Unfortunately, a bunch of my clients are shut down, some of them permanently. So the cash flow hurt like a son of a gun. So I had to turn around and just concentrate on the future, which led to a lot of really good relationships, the one with the Surrey Board of Trade being one of them, to plan ahead for when things turn around. I'll be more than ready to go with all guns just a-blazing. Thanks.
Thank you. Alex, Maria, and then Brenda, if possible.
Biggest challenge for us has been, as Ramona and a lot of you mentioned, not having the face-to-face interaction with clients, customers, and even colleagues, not having the ability to go into the office and having to pivot to working remotely. So we have a technology we've been fortunate enough to be able to use every day called Business Connect, which is a fully integrated video conferencing and VoIP solution. So that's helped quite a bit with being able to schedule meetings with clients and having a more customized face-to-face interaction as opposed to just over the phone. So it's helped quite a bit.
Maria and Brenda.
Oh, hi. Yeah, for me, the biggest challenge is, wearing a mask, right? So I myself discovered a lot of masks that I can wear and that fit comfortably for me. But on the other hand, on the good side, we actually receiving a lot of calls every single day that people start noticing that they have a hearing problem because the mouth now is being covered. And a lot of them also have suffering from tinnitus. It's because now everybody's quiet, everybody's staying home. So they're noticing all of this. So that's my challenge. And that's on the positive side. I mean, we're really good during this pandemic. That's all.
Thank you, Maria. Very good point.
Yes, thanks.
Brenda and then Devinder. Nope. Still doesn't work. I know that Kwantlen Polytechnic University has really overcome so many challenges related to online learning. They've overcome that to ensure that their students continue to learn, continue with their career. And so thank you so much to the leadership of Kwantlen Polytechnic University. Devinder and then Amandeep.
Thanks, Anita. And, hearing all these opportunities, as I call them, really speaks well to what we're trying to do here with CIBC Business Banking. With small business owners, finding solutions based off of their pain points is what we do best, right? So one of the biggest challenges that I've had personally is how do I get out there and meet folks? We've been doing the virtual conferences similar to Zoom like this, but we're also picking on days and times of the week that we can hone in on certain sectors. So for example, last week, you may have seen through LinkedIn that I was hosting a virtual event on Tuesday. We figured out that for some physicians, 8 p.m. on a Tuesday evening was a good time for them to show up for an event because they took care of the practice, they got the kids dinner, they did the baseball practices, they sat down with a glass of wine and they were able to meet with us. We actually had 15 doctors show up and we didn't invite that many. So, and we've already had a great success story from it where we had a physician who's working with the hospital right now, opening up his own clinic. We're able to set them up with the leasehold improvement lending as well as the business operations accounts right away. So we're actually finalizing that this week. So within a week, we're able to turn around that prospect that we met through this unique timing and be able to help them out. So these are great opportunities. They'll always be there because that's just the way our lives are, right? There's going to be pain points both personally and professionally, but we got to take advantage and help out wherever we can. So thank you.
Absolutely. Amandeep and then Norman.
Thank you again, guys. I completely agree with Devinder. Funny, I've worked with Devinder. I met him in a meeting as well. I've worked with his team as well. I think at FCC, we were able to pivot our whole program. We were able to launch a COVID line of credit that is still ongoing for any existing or new client. We were also able to launch another product called COVID term loans, which is also for existing and new clients. Just like any other company, we moved to online as soon as possible. Even documents are now being done online. No, you don't have to print it or anything. But other than that, I think even though, yes, it came as a huge challenge, it came as a hammer to everybody. But I think everybody together has done such a good job in BC, in Canada, including Surrey Board of Trade, to staying connected and letting people know that we are here to support. I think that's what we did as well. We were here to support, and we are here to support. And that's what I think is the beauty of working with organization like SBOT or FCC, or including CIBC as well. So I think it has been a great advantage in that sense. But I mean, who's not waiting for this to be over? So keeping our fingers crossed, and hopefully one day we all can have a cup of tea together, and I'll buy everybody a cup of coffee. So looking forward to that.
Thank you. And then our final speaker, Norman.
Okay, well, thank you so much again, guys. I think overall is really to try and find a way to reach out to people, whatever means it is. Yes, we're using technology today, that's great. But we have to get back in touch with people. And that's the biggest message. And I think Surrey Board of Trade, I think you're always out there maintaining the need for us to communicate whatever topic it is. But for us here is really reaching out to people, and not for selling reason, just tell them how you doing. Like how are you doing with all this pandemic? Are you communicating? Are you talking to family? Are you alone? And some of them, if you're a reserved person, you won't go out. So that's what has been the challenges, is just to reach out to people, take the time and talk to them and find out what's going on in their lives. And if there's anything that we can help, just on a small note, we ask them, and they appreciate that. And I really appreciate you guys coming out on during this lunchtime to talk to us and reach out. Thank you, Anita.
Thank you. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for the Surrey Board of Trade Networking at Noon. We have so many more of these events taking place this year. Check out our website, businessinsurrey.com. Thank you to our sponsor, BC Family Hearing Resource Society. And ladies and gentlemen, make it a great business day.